Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's midweek Magic and we have the Brawl Builder Challenge. So actually one thing I noticed now that's interesting is that they actually include the Alchemy cards here for Brawl Builder. Well, more specifically they include it for the commander. So like if you have a Val Maroon Surveyor, you can definitely do that. We're going with Sliver Weftwinder here because it's a bit more of an experiment. I wanted to see how many slivers can we get away with. It actually comes with a spell book of about 24 slivers, so let's see if we can. So actually we have a deck already, so we'll go back. We're gonna go back there and just check it out. So for those wondering, Sliver Weftwinder, Wooburg, Legendary Sliver. Sliver cards in your hand have Warp for 3 generic mana, and Sliver creatures you control have, when this creature enters, conjure a random card from the spellbook into the top 10 cards of your library at random and draw a card. And actually we do have, okay, I'm going to take a look. For the most part, it looks like these are all that are already here. No, not. Actually, I'll need to look at it like this. Yeah, my last check is that it does have all the slivers in question. Belligerence, like this. I'm trying to see. Okay, we have a Hive Lord as well. I'm trying to see if there are any. Well, there are a few slivers that I did not put in. Like, I did not add the Scut. I did not add Scut. No, we did add Scuttling Sliver. I did really add every sliver. So I think that's some 24 slivers we could have added straight up. Yeah, I even added First Slivers Chosen. I even added Enduring Sliver. I don't think I added Drex. I might have added it. The Diffusion Sliver is actually probably one of the best ones there. There's a Bone Slide, Blur Sliver, Temperate Sliver is a good one. Yeah, we pretty much added every sliver into the deck, so you'd see 25 slivers, so that will include Sliver Weftwinder. We added a few shapeshifters as well, basically changelings. So some of the things that we of note, we added Deafening Silence because non-creatures are going to be a big issue for us. The Mox Jasper here is literally just for the changelings. We only have like 10 of them, so that is probably a bit of an issue. This is a bit of a weird pick, but it's still a mana rock. We did add a few other mana rocks. We did have the Arcane Signet. We also have. Herald's Horn is kind of like a mana rock. Icon of Ancestry, this one just pumps. So yeah, so we do have a few. Pillar of Origins is also a mana rock as well, so we have those. Other creatures of note is like we have the Birding Bows, which gives us shapeshifters, so gives us changelings. So there you have the good all stars. Adaptive Automaton, we can choose a creature type. Coalition Construct, same thing. Faceless Agent will definitely seek up one of our slivers, and a few classics from Kaldheim. They added quite a few good ones as well for us to use. Our control package is we have Fire Magic as a board wipe. We have both Wrath of God and Day of Judgment. We also added Dusk and Dawn. A lot of our slivers are really power 2 or less from our graveyard, so that said, this is return to hand, so this might be a bit questionable. I can probably foresee cutting this in favor of something else, but it's still a board wipe. I'm willing to keep it. We have split up as well. Teferi's Protection to protect us. Yeah, basically, I could say cut this for, say, a copy of the One Ring, but I'm pretty much choosing not to run it for if I can. And like say Deafening Clarion, Cyclonic Rift, Mizzium Mortars. We have a few pieces of spot removal, but it's mostly gonna be board based. So that's what we have. Let's see how far we can get with this one. For the most part, it's pretty much a check to see, do we have enough slivers to make this work? Like, we are running every sliver, but does that make it good? Or should we just wait for more of the other older slivers to make so that we could kind of streamline it. One thing of note, that the deck is very heavy on white mana and a little bit more on red and green. Blue and black is super on the bottom, so if we have to... Okay, Tanuk is probably the one scariest one for us. We will really need to look for removal here. Opponent going first does not help either. I honestly should take the free mulligan here. If our... I guess Indestructible is not the worst. I think we're just gonna crash it down. So we're definitely going for... We have a blue source already, so we pretty much always go for Jetmir's Garden. Not the worst, we can take that. So now our opponent could have removal, which would be quite bad. We are also one land shy of Relic of Legends. Opponent's going for mana. And yeah, we really want to drop the Hive Lord first if we can. Opponent passing. Yeah, we'll go with this Sliver first. That's our opponent. Opponent could, let's say, have burned for the Cloud Shredder Sliver. I would not be surprised. Yep, just gonna burn it. That's kind of fine. This one's the one that becomes not fine as soon as he drops this one and untaps. We really need to have removal. They probably end up casting Celestus so that they don't lose it. But they are still holding mana up, so we might want to go... I probably just cast a Faceless Agent. So a lot of the slivers that we have here are not really great, so that is an issue as well.
Listen, pal, I'm with the Gatewatch, so you might as well give up already.
So but I am gonna...
Looking a little singed.
But I am probably gonna hit Chandra. Manuef is actually quite good for us here.
You're just never gonna learn, are ya?
So...
This is a fun idea.
They might just burn out our Faceless Agent, and I'm fine with it. They could also switch from day to night to draw a card. Also, this is sorcery speed, so if they're gonna wipe our Faceless Agent, they probably will do it now. I'm most likely going to set up Mana Weft into Sliver Hive Lord. So I still need one more mana. If I have one more mana, I might just... We'll see. If our opponent takes out the Faceless Agent or the Scuttless Sliver, we have to... Yep, they're gonna do that. And now they could tap these two, but they're not. We whiff on it, which is a problem. This is honestly not looking good for us. Yeah, our usually the monocolored ones are the ones that give us the most trouble. Also, let's make Herald's Horn doesn't quite help us here. We really needed another land. Kind of fine with that, but if our opponent has...
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
Depends on what they hit us with. Usually we expect a really big creature, and this might be the issue of not having... You could probably adjust to have more spot removal. But the fact that our opponent is attacking with this one means that he might have kind of dried up a bit. Please don't have him. So let's see. This saga deals each creature they control, so the Sliver Hive Lord buys us a bit of time. I probably would also have to play Sliver Weftwinder next.
Come on, Sean.
And next is going to be a
Think of
headache.
something good.
Oh yeah, but this also the Hive Lord is kind of why most of my board wipes are removed, are not exile based. Four, five, six, seven. Yeah, I think this is still enough to kill us though. Yeah, unfortunately, this is, yeah, we were just really slow there. Our opponent had the really good mana rock setup. We probably could have added more. What we really wanted was a board wipe, and we just didn't hit it. Also, it's also a case. Okay, this is another case where we really want the board wipe as well. But this one is kind of fine. We can lead on. Ideally, I hit another land that is not a triumph, so that I can. Because now I might have to just play these two, then play this as an untap, then land Lava Belly Sliver. That's fine. Usually with this one, the trick is that they want to hit a particular payoff. So the plan is to get it out of the system. This is a pump, it's not a mana rock, so we should. Okay, there. So the test is, do we remove it right away? So we have white. We have command tower, which fixes all of it, but I probably want to have another white just to be sure. So white blue. I guess we're trying. And I'm actually going to offer. If I can, nope, and because I figured our opponent wasn't going to take it. Puts it on top. They will need a card draw. Yeah, they should have done. So we probably want to. So we probably want to hit the specific. The catch is that they can always just cast this first. We don't have Yeah, we don't. Because I can drop this, our opponent actually delays it by a turn. Well, it might not delay it by a turn if our opponent has it. Yeah, we probably want more spot removal now. Especially if this combo is going to keep existing, we're going to just have to... So we'll see if they have the land. If they have it, it's just over. But they also need to have an outlet for it. Okay, they're searching for lands so that they can. They're searching for lands to get the setup done. Yeah, they goofed up with the Sylvan Shooter, not that good. Do I just drop this? The construct already did its job. If they want to take out something, it has to be the predatory sliver. So if they go drop these two, they still need to have a life gain source. So we'll see. Do they have the way to gain life? Oh, they had the surveil. Okay, that's enough. We really needed a specific Well, we had lightning bolt, but I guess now we need our. So that's one adjustment that we probably want to make. Teferi's protection would also help us here, so we're gonna cut. We're gonna make a few cuts here. So Dusk goes. I'm gonna keep the hive pool because that's interesting. Let's add. Hard light containment would be nice, but we need a lot of stuff that's instant speed. So Hat is a good one. I think I'm willing to cut the Jasper because it only works with like 10 of our stuff. Patriarch's Humiliation is a good one also because that and I think we can cut the Deafening Silence for. changes needed to be made, which makes sense. People, it's a very cheap combo, so it's something that we have to learn to respect a bit. I'm willing to keep this one. We do have. Man, everyone's really just playing. Well, our last opponent didn't play monocolor, but it looks like to be fair, that is gonna be kind of the default. So next turn I probably just play Sentinels. Mox is probably another thing I can add. Okay. So we're gonna test if our opponent. Journey to Nowhere is nice, but I think I would rather. So I have white, red, green, red. So let's get something with black and blue. And next turn we can decide what to do next. Angel of Vitality, yeah, it's gonna be a bit high. I might rather just snipe the Journey, but I probably want to get Sliver going first. Sliver Overlord's also an option. So blue. Let's just get either blue or green just to be sure. Also, this one's a bit hard to read. Gain control of target sliver, so we actually don't want that right away. So next turn we can Sliver Journey to Nowhere, Sliver Overlord. Let's see if what our opponent has as removal. Opponent's probably just gonna hit this up top. Makes sense. Opponent's gonna draw quite a few cards as well. I think we do the Vista. I could cast it for Warp, but I'm just going to cast it for Action. The next turn we probably will have to search up our... No, I can swing with Weftwinder. That. So they will just pay 4 life. So it's, instead of taking 6, they take 4, and that's fine. we're gonna see if our opponent has a farewell. Basically, a big exile effect would be annoying. They might just try to... Okay, the sequence was slightly off. But yeah, that was a good read. We need an anti-flying sliver. We don't have that many creature cards in our graveyard. Wow, we just hit 2 first slivers. I could try to cascade into it, but that is super risky when we have a specific need. The rats will help in the future. And we know our opponent has a bunch of exile effects, so not exactly going to be is going to try to look for removal for the Cloud Shredder Sliver. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. So it's a... I might have to still do the Redain because it's gonna be 3, 5... And I still need to do Redains. Sliver Hive is good. So we need to get Indestructible Sliver. So we can set the Wrath of God next turn. Oh, it has haste, so I could also string with the Hive Lord. So we're gonna see if our opponent has a massive board wipe. Actually, if the moment they can take out this Cloud Shredder Sliver, we're dead. As it is, it looks like they're just Lion Sash, exile cards from graveyard. Sure. Oh no, that's... Now they could just make this... Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, opponent did not have the removal for the Cloud Shredder Sliver. That was admittedly very scary. Took us a while to get. Also took us a while to get that win too. And what do we get? Orbital Skin for the Overseer. Planets. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get one more game or two. Actually, oh wow, we've been here for quite a while. Let's see if we can get one more game. So this one, land board wipe. We have to take a mulligan. We kind of want at least 3 lands, and yeah, Swords Access is good. Pillar of Origins also helps us a bit. So yeah, we'll play Headquarters first. I'll most likely play. Yeah, I most likely try to play Pillar first. Take a hit. Actually, if we, I'm trying to avoid playing this if I can. The exile is super important here. Cyclonic Rift if I want to be annoying. Might as well play this. Oh yeah, I was also supposed to edit the deck. Give me a second. So is it Path of Exile or Path to Exile? Path to Exile. Path of Exile is completely different. And Dusk Dawn gets replaced with another specific. Let's see. Yeah, sure. They could name the Weftwinder, which would be annoying, but if they do that, I just hit it with Swords to Plow. And I sub Dusk Dawn for. I added Patriarch. Patriarch's Humiliation. Let's see, what did he name? Cyclonic Rift. Probably fine with that for now. So right now it's about hitting that 5th mana. Just gonna exile it now so he doesn't get the counter gain. I am willing to trade. In fact, it will allow me. In fact, the trade helps me because it lets me get the Masked Vandal. It gets me something for Masked Vandal. Pay for that. gonna offer. The Blade Black Sliver doesn't. It kind of wants us to be hellbent. We're not quite getting there. I would not be surprised if our opponent had a board wipe back as a follow up, so they would probably block it. This would be interesting to do it. Actually, with Warp, I can pretty much exile, so I can double dip on this, which is not a bad thing. So we do get some extra use if we do that. And our opponent, okay, he's here. Removal of sorts. No, you can have it. I would not be surprised if our opponent had some. And Cyclonic Rift only. Okay, they didn't. I could have also cast this, but I'm kind of trying to hold on to it for a bit. At least now we can kind of start digging for more slivers if we get to that point. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I'm gonna take this. So Mass Vandal becomes a valid drop. Fire Magic's also a valid one as well, but this. One's gonna have a lot of removal, so this was also an argument for actually warping it. We had the ability to cast it for warp, but we probably would not have the mana. No, we would have the mana. Fire Magic. Might as well. Nano Web Sliver's a good one. Would have liked those lands, but I think. Okay, land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 mana shy of this. Oh yeah, and this is not enough to cast this. So Let's see how they block. Okay, not blocking. Yeah, Pillar of Origins does have a side effect that just doesn't quite work. Land. Oh, come on. Lucky. I'm actually hoping they would drop Virtue of Loyalty, though it would make this one a bit unsurmountable. Yeah, we're just... Yeah, we now need to drop this. But it's not gonna be looking... It's not gonna look very good. I'm gonna just recast that. They will have a 3-4... that one land, but I don't think we're gonna win this one off the fact that our opponent has a full grip. We are the ones that got board wiped here, and we used up a lot of our removal. Yeah, we can assume that our opponent has a lot of removal, and with this one in play, we're not gonna get that. This is a case where where some of our support cards, we would have wanted it to be anything else, but I still want that one more window. Let's go. Is this the same guy? No, this was not the same guy. We'll see if our opponent does anything that I have to respond to with it. I will. If not, I would just probably deafening Clarion. Trail's Horn is to wait. It doesn't say Oh, I'm actually missing black. Missing lands. The land, but they tap. So it's a condition. As long as it remains exiled. Okay, so so I might just exile Gonti to avoid losing any more cards.
I light the path to victory. Our ranks grow.
I want to see how they attack. Destroy. Oh no. So we will lose the one non-land permanent, so this will cost 2. Yeah, I don't mind losing the Herald's Horn. Yeah, they're on themselves.
Join the fight.
First strike, nice, but doesn't really help. Yeah, this one's not looking so great for us. Wow. Our opponent was literally just playing with Elspeth. Sir Von Dam is, well, no, Sir Von Dam did something. It wasn't really a lie. But just a bit annoying. Well, I guess it's why I don't like Brawl as a format. I don't like any format with commanders in it as a whole. Yeah, we have to hold this. Okay, we get to keep this one. Red, green, black, that's Jund colors. Awesome. I don't like the idea of giving them reshuffle, but I don't like the idea of conspicuous snoop just giving them constant card advantage. Might be a mistake. I might have wanted to take this one off. Wait. No, I want something with blue, so... So I probably want to play Lava Eden Lava Belly Sliver. One seems to be having a bit of a slow start though, so... Also, it helps that this is the weaker version here. So we hold back. This one will... So we probably don't want to block this, but we probably want to... If he swings with that, I just take. Now this is a target for them. The goblin package is gonna become scary if I... Ooh, lots of... Oh yeah, I remember this one. Lots of goblins. So I can play Icon of Ancestry. We would have to sacrifice it off. We are running a 40 land deck. I'm actually concerned if this fall stuff comes in, it's really bad for us. Right now, it's just lots of values to happen, so we... I would have actually have Urza's Incubator. I'm really considering putting that in. It would really drop a lot, save me a lot on this. This was conjured by the array. Yeah, this is becoming a bit untenable. Not hitting, knowing that we're not going to hit our land next turn is also problematic. I can play this one to give our creatures some... Alchemy might help. Okay, there's our 5th land. And I can play this one just to give me double strike. Well, the haste not so much, but the double strike is going to be quite helpful. I have to assume our opponent can snipe this one, so we'll leave it at that. So next turn, play our land. I can choose to either play this or I can just lead on these two. Probably want to play this one first. Get the value engine going. Also, the colorless slivers are also going to be a big headache for our opponent too. It might be an incentive to play this one, but I kind of want to. Also, this one is a 6/6. It should dodge most red board wipes. Our opponent has a modified creature right now. So we are actually in a... Well, they want to swing at everything. Oh yeah, they should also... Oh yeah, we have to remember that they could... And it will, and this is not a sliver permanent, so 4, 6, 10, 13. At least our opponent decided to let us have these two. So I might actually have to play these to survive. Yeah, but with no vigilance, this is a problem. these two have menace, so that's 9 damage already. Yeah, I don't have enough blockers. We just got to. We do have man. Yeah, we're definitely having mana issues with this one. How hard is it to get one more win? Probably very hard with this one. It's a case of we needed to have our board wipe, but we did not hit it. Oh wow. This one I get red and green because Mizzy Mortars. If our opponent's running creatures like this, I could snipe. I can snipe. And just deny the mana when I can. Definitely an artifact deck. Yeah, I want to get to help in this. So we're gonna empty this out. Probably still in trouble though.
My purpose is clear. Rule the edge.
Based on the search, it's only be yep.
Ah, just what I needed.
Gonna have to snipe Tesseret, that's for sure.
Soon you will grovel. All too easy.
well, if they're only emptying it like that, we can't. This is at 4 right now, so we can snipe it. It's just a question of can we avoid having a really big shred. Our opponent's pretty much at what, 6 mana right now? Yeah, let's force him to restart.
Enjoy your win. For now.
I have to play this one. Yeah. Ugh. He got it down to 6 mana. Yeah, this one's gonna kill us.
I will seize my new future. Work harder.
Just have to keep pinging it down.
My will is my own.
But yeah, that... If you can get it to 7, it's just over.
I am in charge here.
Actually, he can. That extinguisher battleship symbol. This is exactly why I hate Brawl. Well, but to be fair, we've pretty much determined that the Sliver deck is really just a meme at this point. You probably, if you wanted the real one, you would play with you'd play the Cascade one, but then again, you're I'd like to play this on too, but well, I guess. Yeah, this kind of deck we kind of need to start putting pressure early. And I have to be careful not to overextend. Opponents probably has a board wipe potential as well. Especially if they're turboing out this much mana. There we go. Safest play would just be Atomic Budget. We're only committing one creature in this case. But I'm expecting a board wipe any moment now. Okay. Yeah, this is so not fun. Not hit. This is so not. Hey. I don't think the midweek Magic uses if they're using the brawl interface to do weighing. I think the problem is that it weighs the dual lands as it weighs the dual lands higher. So just playing a 5-color deck already ruins it for you. Yeah. I'm willing to play this one first, bait more stuff out by so dropping first slivers chosen is fine. Honestly, it's really bad without the trample sliver. Yeah, we're really missing a lot of slivers. We're also missing a lot. We're also missing quite a few land drops as well. And they still have 1 mana up, so let's keep that in mind. Now, if our opponent has a board wipe, this should bait it out. Also, you have to be careful with Cascade. Actually, I might actually drop the first sliver from this list. Cascade is gonna be super hit or miss with us here. Now, as much as I'd like to hit that, because we have a lot of board wipes we can hit, now we just end up not casting them. Sure. So now we're in the position of where we probably would want to hold up swords. Ooh. Now it's artifacts or creatures, so they're gonna have to tap it like that. Yeah, let's just cast this. This agent's a good hit. Weaver, Changeling. We don't have the creatures in graveyard. This is probably another cut. Yeah, I'm gonna attack the board. Yeah, it doesn't help that our opponent is stuck on a lot of mana. So we have to get rid of this one first while his power is less. And it's this, but it is a destroy effect, so I could, yeah, it takes a lot of time to set a Sliver to do setup Sliver Overlord. Okay. Now they have to remember to not let it stick. There's the option. Doesn't happen often, but there is the option to wipe out the effect, so you can send it back. It'll be fine. There's gonna be a lot of reading involved. If they remember, which is also fine. And this is a must. This is now a must block. So yeah, we can search, but that's not gonna do it for us. I would like to, but I probably would like to search. I could just search hold up removal. It has to cast her Von Dam again. If our opponent swings with Warden, I'm just gonna take it. And this is when this one dies, so if he swings, I'm just gonna take it. No reason to give this a destroy effect. Oh, I hit all my lands. That was a super weird Herald's Horn. Kept hitting lands. which is fine. At least I knew. At least I was getting lands. It would be worse if it hit something else and I wasn't getting lands anyway. So not the worst. That said, I would say that this deck, however, is kinda not suitable. We just don't have the right slivers for the job. We're missing a lot of key ones. Trample ones would be nice. Ones that give flying would be nice. We're just missing a lot of those. So I just say kind of wait out on it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and whatnot. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.